Here we have Ripple, symbol XRP versus the dollar. And what do we have? Well, we have a very similar chart to most altcoin charts going on right now. Let's actually go down to the lower term time frames first and come up with a few points of interest. Okay, so very, very interesting right here. We do see a very obvious pivot on price action. Pretty much the same shit that we spoke about a few days ago. I believe it was earlier this week on the 6th of October, that as long as this thing's above 102, I do look at it as more good than bad, if you want to call it that right now. And probably does have maybe a continuation of this upside move. However, I should say, while that is kind of the downside of the range right now, again, about 102.5 or 103 on a 4-hour closure, I'm getting a lot of downside signals from momentum oscillators right here. 4-hour Joule is giving a nice downside curvature. It's not supported by DMI right now, so that would be a competing narrative to that. And I really want to see that alongside that. We do see that BBWP is coming off the lows right here as well. So this one is looking for a move intraday, and if that expansion does come with an actual break of 102.5 to the downside, I would be looking for this one to come down significantly further, at the very least down to just below a buck, towards 99.5 cents or so, but realistically probably works its way down to about 97.5 cents and tries for a low somewhere right around there. On the daily, what do we see right here? Again, more or less okay, still working on lower highs to be fair, and if it were to come back down and take out that 102.5 level again on a 4-hour closure, would we have hidden bearish divergence between this point and this point? We would. And actually, that would make me extend downside targets more towards actually 90 cents or so before the next sort of potential bottom on this one, or major bounce in that case. See, we're at in the 5-day. This one closing just the other day. Again, probably more or less fine overall, and probably going to be tethered to whatever Bitcoin does here as well. But I do think that it would be prudent to be looking at momentum also from a slightly different direction over here as well. Just see where we're at on Ripple, as daily will actually be downside angled as long as below a $1.11. 4-hour will be downside angled as long as we're above a $1.05.5, and 12-hour will also be downside angled as long as we're below about 110. So essentially, if this thing fails to continue to the upside above about a $1.10 today, I'd even say a $1.09 actually today, and especially on like a 4-hour closure, I would be looking for that corrective move first actually. Now, of course, if Ripple can take out that level and really close a 4-hour dildo above there, I would be looking for another retest of your prior range highs. In this case, extend the move another 5-6 cents to about a $1.15 or so, and then come back after that. But for right now, I'm getting more downside signatures on this one, so if I did have to call it, I'd be a little more downside angled. But again, until we actually break below about 102.5 or 103 in this case, probably wouldn't look at that as actionable as of right now. Until then, kind of got to give it the benefit of the doubt, mostly due to the general market direction right now. So hopefully that was helpful. And there you go for the Ripple Me Nipples.